What's it really like to go to a black tie VIP only grand opening in Las Vegas? That's this video. What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger, and on the 27th of October, just a few days ago, my wife Caroline and I were lucky enough, fortunate enough, by the good graces of Mr. Richard Wilk, and you should check out his channel here on YouTube, Richard Wilk. He has access to things nobody else does, and he's the only executive in Vegas that I know doing a YouTube channel. We got invited to the Circa black tie VIP only grand opening event. We're going to have some video at the end of this, which is what I'm working on. I'm editing. I'm using Final Cut Pro X, and oh my gosh, is it ever frustrating, but I think it's turning out okay. We'll have that up in a few days, of course, and I'll be feeding clips to Patreon and stuff like that, and the channel memberships slowly as I go too, that I won't put up anywhere else. Well, you can join those outlets if you want to support the channel that way and get those. But we're going to say thank you to Richard Wilk for inviting us and talk about that event right now and see what it's really like to do these things. And if I haven't mentioned it, and I'm pretty sure I have, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and you can do that to support the channel. It doesn't cost a penny. If you leave a comment, you hit all notifications, you'll know when I'm doing a live stream. I'll be somewhere in Vegas tonight. Where in the world is Stephen Campbell? It's like Carmen Sandiego, but Vegas version. And then we'll also have options like the YouTube channel memberships, Patreon to support us there, Facebook group, Not Leaving Las Vegas. Plus, you guys need a mask, right? It's going to be like, there's no vaccine coming for how long, who knows. 2 for $25, vegasfacemask.com. The only two you'll ever need. These are handmade by my wife right here in town, and we ship out within 7 to 10 days. You'll have up to 60 different options, over 60 to go choose from. But that's the commercial. Let's talk about the meat and the potatoes, the steak and the lobster of this video. So as you might have seen, I was very, very blessed, and my wife and I were very, very fortunate to get invited to the VIP black tie grand opening of Circa. Now, the event took place technically from 6 o'clock until 12 midnight on the 27th of October. The doors to the Circa opened at 12:01. There was a giant crush of people outside, kind of bedlam, and some people that waited in line for a very long time, like Pompsy, for example. I met him. It was cool to meet him. I hope he would reach out to me. I gave him my card, so ball's in his court if he wants to send me a text message or something. But people that waited in that line got access to the property right at 12 a.m. If you were going to come up in the very last minutes, you might have been waiting an hour. I heard at one point the lineup to get in there was all the way back to Binion's, which is pretty darn long. It could have been a bit of a wait. So we checked into the D Hotel, and our experience was fantastic. So this will serve as a review of the D Hotel, I guess, as much as anything. Valet service was quick. We were there at about probably 4:30, 5 o'clock on the 27th. We went through the check-in process. The only problem with the hotels right now, and this is not something specific to the D in Las Vegas, is that the bell desk is trying to keep their hands off of things as much as possible to obviously stem the possible spread of the C-19 virus. So we had to, get our luggage cart, and I had to give them my ID. We checked in, and after the check-in, it was very, very simple. They gave us a packet, and the packet had this special piece of paper in it right now. See if I can have the camera focus on this right now. So when you checked into the D that day, this is what you got. It was a time frame of when things were opening up, and it explained that anybody staying at any of the properties that the Steven brothers owned were going to be privy to getting a special wristband. Because they don't come off easily and I'm lazy, I'm still actually wearing my gray wristband. There was 2 types of wristbands. I think one was gray and one was green, and then there was, of course, the golden tickets, which you saw in another video, and you'll see them at the end of this one with my little 5-minute preview that I'm working on. So 8 o'clock explains that Circa and Project Barbecue began operation, and 12 o'clock doors open, and 12:01 first throw of the dice. That was when they first opened up the gaming. So anybody that was staying at any of their properties, the D, the Golden Gate Resort, obviously Circa's hotel is not open, you were going to get access to get up in the front of the line, and that was very nice. But the experience at the D, first of all, was great. Wonderful staff, absolutely the perfect size casino for the wife and I, because we're not smokers, we don't like the smoke, and it's good to be able to go from the check-in desk to your hotel tower within just literally a 30-second walk. Everybody was fantastic. The room was clean. The Fremont Street experience didn't really bother us. We're on a lower floor. I requested that was at my request because we don't like heights and elevators all that much. Beautiful experience. Experience going into the Circa. Well, first of all, thank the subscribers. We actually did get a limo, of course. Hard to film in a limo. Believe it or not, I have a new camera coming today, and it will be something that will hopefully pick up more low light in the future. But yeah, the limo was presidential limousine service. The concierge set it up for us. Very, very nice on the concierge to do that. And we took about 5 to 10 minutes to get over to the resort. Garage Mahal was the entrance. You had to go in through what they call the Garage Mahal. That's their giant revolutionary garage that's more focused on ride sharing. And it is really nice down there. More ride sharing seats than you'll ever see. You go in and there's not an elevator to go to the second level. There is an elevator, of course, for people with disabilities and scooters and mobility problems, but there's an escalator that goes right up. That's when it hit us. Holy cow, there's a giant line to get in. We were there around 7 o'clock, and that lineup was ridiculous. Probably 400 people in line. I don't know that they expected that many people to crush in, but thankfully the girls that were working there had iPads. They would look up your name, find you, and then allow you to just check in, and you'd walk into the property. And upon first impressions, I'm going to show you more in a video, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications. Wow. This property is something special. A massive, massive place. I mean, 5 stories, so it's what you would consider a compact resort in Vegas, meaning that the casino floor and all of the amenities are stacked on top of each other. Some of the properties have done this. For example, Cosmopolitan is one of them. And when you have that kind of compact design, everything is kind of close to you. So whether you're on the second level and you want to go from Stadium Swim over to the Race and Sports Book, where you can sit out and they have poker machines looking over the 3 stories of digital screens showing games, you can do that quite easily. It's only a few minutes of a walk. It's not like the Bellagio and other properties where you have to trek across the entire property. It can take you 15 minutes. I've taken 20 minutes to walk through the Bellagio from one side to the other. And I'm not stopping and being a looky-loo. It's just, it is what it is. It just takes that long because it's a huge property. So I like the compact aspect of it. Speaking of that effect, I mean, it was a fantastic event. It was open bar, open food, open everything. The only thing that wasn't open were the actual gaming tables, but they had all of the dealers on all of the tables for the whole night up until 12 o'clock, when they could technically, by state license and state mandate, actually do any kind of gaming there. So it was kind of surreal. All the machines are turned off, and then at 12 o'clock, can't really snap my fingers. Maybe it's genetic. At 12:01, boom, now you can game, now you can gamble. So the things that strike me that you'll see in my upcoming video are the mega bar, massive, massive. I think I heard it's the world's longest bar. I think Richard was telling me there's 54 TVs. 54. Now, you might have 3 or 4 TVs in your house because we're all so blessed in this, Western first world society we live in, but 54 large, like 50-inch TVs along this bar. Very, very popular centerpiece of the hotel. One of the first things you see when you come in off the main Fremont Street entrance. And then the restaurants are laid out quite well as well. The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the massive escalator ride to get up to Stadium Swim. I totally understand it's because Stadium Swim has 3 different levels. If it was one level, you wouldn't be going up that escalator as much, but it reminded me of being in Vancouver, Canada, and having to go down into the I can't remember the name of the transportation system there, Skytrain, I think it's called, and you'd have to go way down into these stations, and not a fan of heights myself, so you just grin and you bear it, or you suck it up, Chuck, and you have another shot at the bar before you go to Stadium Swim, but don't have too many shots. We don't get too rowdy over there. The whole entire event went off fantastically. People were there. They were wearing their masks to the best of their ability, but because there was just wine and champagne and everything everywhere, they were using that service to promote the bars. So you go down to Vegas Vicky's bar downstairs, and they would have somebody on the second level showing you their signature drinks, for example. It was just... there's something special about it. There's something special about all that. And the amount of people that you saw, it was just a beautiful kind of premium event in the middle of an absolute cluster, what of a year, where I see shirts that say Asteroid 2020, because what the heck do you have to lose, right? What can go wrong next? So it was overall a fantastic night. I went to Friar Tuck's, and that's a place off of Sahara, so I'll make sure that they get proper credit in these videos as well, because they were fantastic with me. The did the tux rental. Caroline got her gown. I don't know where she gets them from, but she looked fantastic too. And it was fun bumping into people on the channel. It was fun meeting other YouTube channels after the effect. And it was just a good vibe. And whether or not this vibe keeps up is going to be up to the, up to the government, whether or not they do smart things like keep all the bars open and keep all of the restrictions as light as they possibly can. But I think Circa is a property that has a chance to completely change downtown Las Vegas. Now, there's a bunch of negative aspects you guys are going to want me to talk about, and we can get into those later on. But, and I'm not so biased because Richard's my friend. Yes, the room rates are more expensive, and yes, there is a fee to use the pool if you wanted to. But you know what? There's also fees to use pools all over Las Vegas. And you know what? Room rates cost a lot in the nicest properties in town. So whether or not it's in your budget, that's one thing. And whether or not those rates will adjust because of the market, that's another thing too. But I think it is definitely primed to be a property that can uphold those high standards for itself, just based on what I saw. I haven't seen the rooms yet. I would love to see the rooms someday. I'll see what $330 plus resort fees gets me in December, and maybe the wife and I will stay there and do a room review as well, because I would love to show you what a room that's just so pristine, really never been stayed in Las Vegas looks like. It's not a renovation, my friends. It is a ground up property. And it's not a retheming. It's a ground up property, but it is exciting. It is exciting. So hopefully that helps you a bit. Now, here's the end of this video. It's going to be about 5 minutes. I'm giving you the whole entire intro with some Circa footage. There was a blackout, so I couldn't show you most of this. And I'm also giving you some extra blog action. We're doing this as a blog. So if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, hit the all notifications on the bell, and then leave us a comment what you think about everything that you're about to see. Now's the time of the video where I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, click, but stay tuned for that little sneak peek video. I will remind you, if you want to support the channel, make sure you reach out on, we have the Facebook group, Not Leaving Las Vegas. Liking, sharing, subscribing costs you $0. The other things that you can do, if you can, channel memberships, that doesn't cost you $0. Patreon doesn't cost you $0, but you get perks there, and I will focus more on that in the future. Honest promise. Also, VegasFaceMask.com. The only two you ever need. I think this one is called Under the Sea, or Under the Sea, as Sebastian the Crab once said. I better be careful because Disney will definitely sue me for calling it Under the Sea. Don't sue me, Disney. I ain't got nothing except for a guy with the camera. All right, here's the end. 3, 2, 1, click. Here's the Circa preview. I appreciate you watching, and thank you so much for this wonderful journey. So again, I figured what better place to do this, which is with the guy who actually gave them to me. So I'm gonna bring this down to Richard, and I've not opened these yet. I'm gonna show you what's up with them, and you guys can take a look with me. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have to put our masks up because we're going into the elevators. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, here we go. Going down, Casino level. This is the Circa envelope right here. Open for the time of your life. 1 Fremont Street. That's the best address downtown, isn't it? 102720. Very cool. Save the date. Don't miss the new era of Vegas. Invitation to follow. And that's it. That's it.
That was just your save the date.
It's my save the date, so I put that on my calendar. Look at that. Get out of here. Oh, jeez, guys. This is fantastic. Oh, and look at this. It says, time, there's simply nothing more valuable. This is the truth that drives us to make the most of every moment. Rooted in the neon glow of the past. Celebrate the living large in the now and keep our eyes wide open to the future. Get ready for the time of your life. And this is the golden ticket that everybody told me about, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so perfect. Oh my God. This is something special. I'm gonna take some close-ups when I get home in my better lighting, but that is amazing. Wow. Thank you for inviting me, and my wife, Caroline's gonna be there with me.
You have to stay up and watch that.
That's okay, but you guys will be there, I'll be there, Richard will be there.
I will be working my butt off.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome, man.
You're
You're
awesome.
welcome.
I appreciate
My
you.
pleasure.
All right, guys, make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. I'm going to do a highly edited video, and I'm going to be posting up stuff right at midnight when it opens from the property after I can do that, so you'll see that first. Okay, we're going to say 3, 2, 1, click right now. Thanks for watching the channel. This has been quite the journey. Richard, do you want to say 3, 2, 1, click?
Let's go.
I say 3, 2, 1, and...
Okay.
So this is a quick
Yeah.
intro where we still look normal.
Yeah.
Where we're not amassed in a bunch of crowds and craziness on Fremont Street. How are you, wife?
I'm good. So what are we doing?
We're just recording in the hallway at the D. Where are we going right now?
We're going to the Circa.
Circa, what's that?
Circa Hotel and Casino, VIP, very lucky.
It's almost like it's a black tie.
I know.
Gotta press the button here.
All night long I'm going to be doing this because I'm just not used to having my phone.
Watch this. You can press 0, and then it gets confused, and it says invalid floor. So we go to floor number 1. Come on, number 1. Number 1. All right, so I want to say thank you to you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No, you, Caroline. Came up with the name for my channel.
Yeah, and also, no, we want to thank everybody because I know that some of you guys, I think, get us some really nice limo
Gotta go over here.
service, which
We're
is
going down to the limo right now.
amazing. Yes, we are.
Where's the... Okay, oh, it's over here. Sorry.
Thank you. Come.
I can film you. Come on in, Bella. You're beautiful. You're fabulous.
Okay, so look at us.
We got
This is us.
black tie affair.
We're shining like, what do you call it? Shining like a penny?
Shining like a penny. I never heard that.
No, that was from the sinking of the ship. Titanic.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at you, Jack.
You shine up like a new penny.
It's gotta be like an Irish.
Yeah, something like that.
I got a mask. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta put my mask on. Gotta put my Vegas face mask on. Hold this one.
Yeah, okay. You guys have to go and see what Steven looked like.
Yes. Clean up okay.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, and what was that?
Huh?
Somebody liked your face mask really,
Somebody
really good?
offered to buy this for $100.
Yeah, because you know why?
Why is that?
On your side, my love.